financial inclusion. Financial inclusion. Such a concept was not popular at the time of our nationalization in the year 1969. But one of the most important objective of government today is financial inclusion. Financial inclusion means providing more and more financial facilities, credit facility to the weaker section of the population, downtrodden class of person. The most weaker section of the population should be made available credit facility to support a higher living standard. They have no even a hand-to-mouth existence at present. At present means in the year 1969. At that time there was no such a hand-to-mouth facility even to the grassroots level of population. So now financial inclusion is targeting the weaker section of the population. Priority section, weaker section of the population is the target of the financial inclusion policy of government. Providing more and more financial support to the weaker section, downtrodden class of person in order to get a higher living standard, a better living standard, a welfare living standard. Don't allow them to go in poverty. They are living in poverty, and uplifting them from poverty level and to give a better welfare living standard, some financial support is necessary. And for that, the policy of the government is supposed to be financial inclusion. Our financial inclusion policy, one of the most important objective of the present government, aims at what? Targeting at what? Targeting the weaker section of the population, the most grassroots level of population, to get a upliftment in the living standard, a better living standard. Give accessibility to a better livelihood to the neglected class of person, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ poverty stricken lower section population to uplift. We have the policy of what is called financial inclusion. അപ്പോൾ many such policy of financial inclusion even from 1969 the nationalized commercial banks have adopted. But at that time there was no such a concept of financial inclusion. Today, as we have the concept of financial inclusion, all the policies adopted by the nationalized commercial banks since 1969 onwards can be concluded as the policies taken by the public sector commercial bank to uplift the weaker section of the population. For example, one such a policy adopted in the very same 1969 itself, along with the first nationalization. Along with the first nationalization, in the very same year 1969 itself, government have declared, RBI has declared a policy of what is called lead bank scheme. Lead bank scheme from 1969. It was introduced by RBI, a scheme, lead bank scheme in the very same 1969, along with the first nationalization of the commercial banks in India. Now, according to this, though it is 1969 policy, even in the last 2018 examination, there was a question on lead bank scheme. Even in 2018 there was a question from the lead bank scheme. Lead bank scheme even now is working. Even today it is working, lead bank. According to the lead bank scheme, one revenue district, one leader bank, public sector commercial bank, is declared as the leader bank. All the districts throughout India, for example, in case of Kerala, we have 14 revenue districts, we know. 14 revenue districts in Kerala. And in each revenue district, one nationalized commercial bank was declared as the leader bank, responsible for overall development of the concerned revenue district. That doesn't mean that other commercial banks have no responsibility. No. Leadership. A leadership role must play by the declared bank. Leadership bank. For example, in Trivandrum district, the leader bank is IOB, Indian Overseas Bank. IOB is the leader bank in Trivandrum district. Similarly, in Kollam, Alapi, Pathanamthitta, we have 40 such leader banks. Same policy in all the other states throughout India, adopted in the very same 1969. What is the intention? Giving all-round development to the revenue district, responsibility of the leader bank. Agricultural development, industrial development, or for the educational loans, educational facility, public sector, public health facility, all are the significant role to play by the declared leader bank. That means what? The lead bank scheme at that time introduced also aims at today's financial inclusion policy. Poverty alleviation is also one of the objective of the leader bank. A leadership role they should play for the alleviation of poverty in that revenue district. So the lead bank scheme adopted since 1969 can be considered as one of the financial inclusion policy, though at that time there was no such a concept. We can say in the present language it is meant for a financial inclusion. Then there was also by the nationalized commercial bank in the year 1971-72 period another policy scheme was adopted known as differential rate of interest policy. Differential rate of interest policy, another policy introduced by the RBI early 1971-72 period. 71-72 period another policy was adopted, differential rate of interest scheme. According to this scheme, all commercial banks, public sector commercial bank, all the nationalized public sector commercial bank should give during a financial year minimum 1% of the total loan lent out by the commercial bank to the identified weaker section of the population. Identified weaker section of the population in the locality. In the local area where the bank is established, minimum 1% of the total loan lent out by the bank during one financial year should have given to identified weaker section of the population at a concessional rate of interest. Concessional lower rate of interest. Minimum how much? 1%. Minimum 1% of the total loans lent out by the commercial bank during one financial year should have given to identified weaker section of the population at a concessional lower rate of interest. 1%. 1% of the total loan given by the commercial bank should have given to the identified weaker section of the population at a very lower concessional rate of interest. And that scheme, differential rate of interest scheme from 1971-72 onwards. Actually, this scheme is aiming at what? Identified weaker section of the population, lowest, the most weaker section of the population should get liberalized loan from the commercial bank. Of course, it is a policy for financial inclusion. It is a policy for the financial inclusion to support the BPL and below lower section of the population. They should get a financial support from the commercial bank, for which differential rate of interest scheme we have adopted. In coming to the present condition of Modi government, we may say that one of the most important policy measure for the popularity of the Modi government itself is that in the year 2015, in the year 2015, government have declared a policy of what is called Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. In the year 2015, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana was declared. What was the objective, main objective of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana അല്ലെങ്കിൽ Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan bank account was for a financial inclusion? Asked question. In the year 2016 or 17, it was asked what is the main objective, multiple choice question, objective of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. It was aiming at a financial inclusion. Aiming at a financial inclusion means what? Giving more and more banking, financial facility, credit facility, etc. to the neglected, weaker section of the population, for which Jan Dhan Yojana is formulated. And you know that at the time, by the time of 2015 also, we find that the weaker section of the population were not interested in opening a bank account. They were not. Rural people, weaker section, very poverty stricken, lower section of the population were not interested in opening bank account because they were frightened sometimes. They were having the impression that large amount of money as balance amount is necessary at all time, otherwise the bank account will not be a live account, they will close. All time minimum balance is necessary, a high amount minimum balance, that was their impression. A high amount balance amount for a live account is necessary in all time, so that they say they cannot maintain such a high amount as balance, and so they were not interested. They were not interested to open a bank account. Frightening about this. Therefore, to a certain extent that was also true. All times some bank balance is necessary. If there is no balance, sometimes the commercial bank may close the bank account. It cannot be a live account. For live account, all time a minimum balance is necessary. That was the impression, and they thought that it is a very big figure. We have to maintain in account all time. So they said they cannot open. They were not interested in bank accounts. So that Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is a zero balance account. It is a zero balance account, and that means no balance is necessary. According to the Yojana, this account, no balance maintenance is necessary in the account anytime. You can withdraw the complete amount in your deposit, you can withdraw. No need of any balance, you can maintain zero. Complete amount withdrawal from the Jan Dhan account in order to attract the weaker section of the population and open bank account in commercial bank. Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is supposed to be a zero balance account. So the policy of zero balance account is to attract weaker section to open branches, and the most important objective of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is that by 2019 December, this month, 2015 it was declared, so by 2019 time, when we celebrate the 150th anniversary, birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, all the households in India should have minimum one bank account. All the households in India should have minimum one bank account by the end of the year 2019. This time we should have all the rural houses, all the households in India should have minimum one bank account. But to attract all the weaker section to open bank account, it is zero balance account, a characteristic feature of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. And so also it is supposed to be a no-frill account. It is also supposed to be a no-frill account, FRILL, no-frill account. Because, opening of a bank account was a very difficult task in India. Opening of a bank account in India was not easy, very difficult. Suppose you go to a commercial bank for opening of a SB account. They will first of all give you a booklet as application form. Not 1 or 2 pages, some 20-25 pages printed in Hindi and English. Poor persons, they cannot read and understand. Even literate class of person will find it difficult to fill up all the columns. Now that is the first step. Then, secondly, you have to be introduced by an existing account holder of the bank. Introduction by an existing account holder necessary. Then only you will get opened the bank account. You should be introduced by existing account holder. Poor persons, they cannot get such a existing account holder their support for opening bank account. So that was another difficulty. Then photograph attestation by a gazetted officer. Poor these persons, they don't know who is a gazetted officer, and they cannot get the photograph also attested by the gazetted officers. That was another difficulty. So a number of procedure formalities, many formalities and difficult unwanted procedure was there to open a bank account, so that they were not interested. The poor weaker section of the population was not interested, and therefore the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan account is supposed to be the easiest method for opening of a bank account. No difficulty. The application form itself is a single page. Second page, only a single page printed in the local language as well as English. It is written, and so also no introduction is necessary. No introduction by the existing account holder is not necessary. Attestation of photograph is not necessary. Even identity card, nothing is necessary to open a Jan Dhan account. So that the Jan Dhan account is supposed to be what? A no-frill account. It is a no-frill, no difficult procedure. Very simple a procedure alone is sufficient to open the Jan Dhan account. Then, another is that it also gives the facility of rupees 5,000 OD, overdraft facility. Rupees 5,000 overdraft facility is also provided by Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. OD means what? Over and above what is existing in your account, you are permitted to withdraw money. Suppose in my account there is only 1,000 rupee, but I want immediately 5,000 rupee. But in my account there is only 1,000 rupee, I want 5,000 rupees. I am permitted. I am permitted to withdraw money up to 5,000 rupees because this OD facility is available. Overdraft facility is available to the lower, weaker section of the population, especially who have a Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan account with the commercial bank. That is to be returned in installments. Small installments, it should be returned with a very low rate of interest also. And they are getting the facility. Prior to that, the facility was available only to traders, business persons, commercial persons. Lakhs and lakhs of rupees they were getting overdraft facility depending upon their dealings with the commercial bank. This facility was not at all available to the weaker section, but only after the introduction of the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, this facility is available. The amount is to be returned in installment and a slight rate of interest also to be given. But bearable. It can be possible even in case of a very lower section of the population. So it is OD facility attraction, another OD facility 5,000 rupee attraction to the Jan Dhan Yojana. Then insurance, all the Jan Dhan bank account holders, there is a accidental insurance of rupees 1 lakh. Rupees 1 lakh accidental insurance is also allowed. Accidental insurance are if the Jan Dhan account holder or the members of his family is with an accident, some accident as a result of permanent disability or temporary disability or death due to accident. If happens, 1 lakh rupee life insurance is. Appo all the persons who are under Jan Dhan account, life insurance protection for 1 lakh rupee life insurance is also allowed. But these are all, we may say, the speciality of the Jan Dhan Yojana account, which is not at all available to any other bank accounting scheme. This is for a financial inclusion policy, for the support of the weaker section of the population and for opening bank account to all the Indian household. It is, and within 1 year after the introduction of the Jan Dhan account, 1 year, that means in 2015, it was declared, started. Within 1 year, 10 crore number of Jan Dhan account was opened in the Indian context. 10 crore within 1 year. That was a Guinness record. That was a Guinness record led to the popularity of the Modi government. Within 1 year itself, 10 crore number of new bank account was opened in the Indian economy within a very little, 1 year time, 10 crore Guinness record. And so that is a policy adopted for the nationalized commercial bank to a financial inclusion policy. Above A, B, C, D. Another financial inclusion policy, എന്താണ് ഇല്ല, എല്ലാവർക്കും ആർക്കും വേണമെങ്കിലും എടുക്കാം. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് പ്രൊവിഷൻസ് ആർ ഗിവൺ ടു ദി ലോവർ സെക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് ദ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ. ആർക്കും വേണമെങ്കിലും Jan Dhan അക്കൗണ്ട് ലോൺ. So another policy adopted for a financial inclusion is what is called Kisan Credit Card. Kisan Credit Card Scheme. Kisan Credit Card Scheme. Another policy measure adopted is Kisan Credit Card Scheme.